What's up, everybody? This is Brad, and it's Christmas time, and I've been looking around trying to find some Christmassy kind of games to play. And I came across this free one on Steam called Adolescent Santa Claus, and from what I read, it's a fairly simple and short one. So I was like, and it's free to play, so let's check it out. So here we go! This is a visual novel. Let's see, we got Christmas Eve. I was sitting there staring into space. My room was without sound, without color, without smell. I'm gonna read this like I was voice acting a script. Hopefully none of the stuff gets up, none of the dialogues to it. Why did people make such a big deal about Christmas anyway? There was no difference between today and any other... Wait, hang on. There was no difference between today and any of the other days I'd already sat through. I let out a long sigh. Thinking back, I had actually believed in Santa when I was a little kid. Santa. Not coming tonight? I don't think he'll be stopping by. Is it because I'm not a little kid anymore? I like it's just credited as me. I let out another sigh and looked around the room. That's when I saw her.
선물을 줘.
Give me a present. Okay, so just girl Santa just shows up out of nowhere. There was a little Santa standing there. I like that sound effect. She had just appeared out of nowhere asking for a present. The nerve. Where'd she come from anyway? She hadn't been there a second ago. I couldn't really be sure. I didn't really want to think about it either. I'm sorry, I have nothing to give you. I had no idea where she had come from, but she was very cute for Santa.
남은 거 없어?
There's nothing left for me? Sorry that I can't pull off a convincing little girl voice. Right, I don't have any money or anything.
다른 건?
Anything else? I can't exactly give you my computer. My clothes won't fit you. I don't really want to give up any of my books. I really have nothing at all for you.
그래도 줄 수 있는 다른 거 없어?
There's nothing at all you could give me? Like what?
꿈이나 희망 같은 거.
Maybe a hope or a dream? I don't have any of those either. That's funnier than it should be.
그래 보이네.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like you would. Sorry, go find someone who actually has something to give you. She said, shooting me an angry sideways glance.
선물 주기 전까진 안 갈 거야.
I'm not leaving until I get a present. Do as you please. Was this all one big hallucination? Could I be dreaming? The little Santa girl smiled and skipped circles around me. It was Christmas Eve. I couldn't be sure if this was really happening or if it was all just a dream. Putting the reality question aside for a second, this cute little Santa said she wasn't going to leave my side. She's a clinger. She's very dependent. I locked the door. With that, this room became its own little world. It was our own little what word? Microcosm? There's a word I've never said before in my entire life. Unreachable by those outside it. I closed the door because this wasn't a miracle or anything. There only needed to be one of me in this world. I was fine with being alone. But Santa was still running here and there. She was hopping around, showing no sign of stopping. She was driving me insane. Sit. She sat. Is this Inuyasha? I had this feeling if I told her to shake, she might actually give me her hand like a little puppy. I decided not to test the theory out. Who are you?
산타.
Okay, that works. But you're wearing a school uniform.
그래도 산타야.
Still, that doesn't change the fact that I'm Santa. Somehow, when I first laid eyes on her, I had also recognized that she was Santa. How had I known that? No clue. However, there are those times when your mind just throws out all thoughts and chases down a feeling instead. Today, I was experiencing that phenomenon firsthand. Christmas Eve. Keeps repeating Christmas Eve. I just wanted to throw out reality and chase after this fantasy for a little while. Hasn't the world kind of given up on Santa?
교복을 입고 미소녀가 되어서 살아남았어.
I threw on this uniform and transformed into a pretty little girl to survive. Survival. That's why she was wearing that school uniform. How do you like being a pretty little girl?
코스튬 플레이?
Feels a bit like cosplay. You must have failed as Santa then.
아니야. 교복을 입어도 마음만은 산타.
Nope, no way. Just because I'm wearing this uniform, it doesn't change the fact that I'm Santa on the inside. If you're Santa, where are the presents? Doesn't Santa normally give out presents?
회수 중이야.
That's what I'm here for. Returns. Returns?
어릴 때 준 것들을 다시 회수하고 있어.
Right. I'm here to take back the presents I gave people when they were little. Why?
빌려줬으니까.
They were just on loan. Santa's come back. You owe Santa a heavy debt. What was on loan?
희망, 미래, 뭐 그런 것들.
All the dreams, the hopes, maybe some wishes for the future. That kind of stuff. You just lent those out?
응.
Yeah.
이자까지 쳐서 다 받으려고
Got ahead of the
했는데.
VO. Yeah. I was thinking of getting them all back with interest, but... But?
다 파산했더라.
Everyone's gone bankrupt. Sorry. What is up with this game? Yeah, we ain't got nothing, girl. Miss, old Santa. We got nothing. The world's gone to crap over the last several years. Santa was actually a loan shark. It was all just one big trick. So you're here to collect on all the hopes and dreams you've given me?
응. 이자까지 쳐서 다 받아낼 거야.
Yep, I'm here for all of them with interest. Sorry, I've wasted them all away.
으이,
She took a sudden step back as if I'd shot her with an arrow. I had startled the poor girl. Cute though.
기한이 있어.
You've got a deadline to repay me. Oof. That sounds like a threat. A deadline?
24일과 25일.
The 24th and 25th. That's today and tomorrow.
그 기간이 지나면 교복을 주인에게 돌려줘야 돼.
If you don't pay me back, I have to give this uniform back to its owner. What happens if you have to return it?
산타는 소멸해버려.
Then Santa's a goner. Huh? Why is that?
산타는 교복을 입고 미소녀가 되어야만 멸종의 위기에서 벗어날 수 있으니까.
Huh? Using this uniform to transform into a little girl is the only way that Santa can keep from going extinct. Yeah, did I just butcher that? Extinct. There, I said it right. What a difficult situation we find ourselves in.
요컨대
To put it simply, it seemed like she wanted to explain the situation.
25일이 지나면 무슨 짓을 해도 무용지물이야. 왜냐면 오늘과 내일만이 판타스틱 데이니까.
After Christmas, there isn't a thing that can be done. Today and tomorrow are the most fantastic of days. Fantastic?
판타스틱.
Okay, they're fantastic then. Sure, fantastic days. They must have held some special power for her. Then you've only got 2 days to collect your full payment.
급해.
Yes, it's quite urgent. I'm sorry though, I've got nothing.
으이.
How many times I gotta tell you this, Santa? The sun's come up. Wait, wait up. The sun's coming up. I opened up the window and saw the first rays of light peeking over the horizon. The sun had risen on this fantastic day. Sun, 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 sunny day. Okay. It would be a bright and sunny Christmas Eve. Huh. Not really that fantastic. The sun must have hated the snow because it always melted it all away. It burned the snow into non-existence. Poor snow. The warm rays picked on it every year. The sun was a real bully. Shut in, dude. Reality had a way of being like that too. Santa?
왜?
Where's Rudolph?
구워 먹었어.
I grilled him up and ate him. Did he taste good?
눈물 맛.
He tasted like tears. I'd imagine why. Like tears?
산타는 배가 고파서 루돌프를 구워 먹었어. 산타는 사랑하는 루돌프를 먹지 않으면 안 될
This
정도로
game is way
힘들었었거든.
funnier than I think it's supposed to be. I was so hungry that I had to eat him. I had to eat my lovely Rudolph because if I didn't, I would have starved to death. How did you get into such a desperate situation?
빌려간 꼬마들이 파산해버려서 알거지가 됐어.
All of these broke little children were unable to repay me, leaving me broke and penniless myself. Ugh.
루돌프야, 루돌프야.
Rudolph, my dear Rudolph.
하지만 괜찮아. 루돌프는 내 속에 있으니까. 이걸로 우리는 영원히 함께.
But it'll all be okay because Rudolph is inside me now. We will be together forever. Game of the year. This is game of the year. Screw It Takes Two, screw Cyberpunk, screw everything else that's come out this year. This is game of the year. How can there be a Santa without Rudolph?
어떡하긴 걸어다니지.
What do you mean? I'll just walk everywhere. You'll walk?
루돌프는 날 수 있었지만 루돌프를 먹은 나는 날 수가 없어. 코를 빨갛게 칠해도 날 수가 없어.
Rudolph could fly. Just because I ate him, that doesn't mean that I can too. Even if I painted my nose red, I'd still just have to walk everywhere. We had a little moment of silence for Rudolph. Poor Rudolph, man. Ended up as deer jerky. So, what are you doing? What are you going to do after today and tomorrow are over?
363일 동안 꿈과 희망을 만들어. 그리고 그걸
With the other 363 days of the year, I normally make hopes and dreams. And with those,
그리고 그걸 24일과 25일에 전부 뿌리지. 산타는 위대해.
I spread them all around on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Santa is so awesome. You sure are.
하지만 요즘엔 공장 운영이 잘 안 돼서 공장도 무너져 버렸어.
But these days, the factory that makes all those hopes and dreams isn't doing too hot either. It got worn down and collapsed in on itself. How'd that happen?
꿈과 희망을 빌려간 꼬마애들이 단체로 파산 신고를 해버렸으니까.
It's all those bankrupt little brats. They all filed a joint bankruptcy petition. Santa's a capitalist.
내놔.
Pay up!
Pay me now or I'll kill you!
I'm sorry, I still don't have anything for you. Morning had run its course, and afternoon was already here. Afternoon. Oh, afternoon. I wanted snow. I wanted to see a blanket of white snow. I wanted to see the whole world turn white. Take off for a while, Mr. Sun. Bring back the snow.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Sun.
배고파.
I'm hungry. Santa looked like she was starving.
Ain't no more reindeer.
You're hungry?
내 속에 루돌프가 배고프다고 울부짖고 있어.
Jesus.
Rudolph says he's hungry too. I can hear him whining inside of me. Rudolph. Was he alive? I've got some ramen.
인스턴트는 싫어.
I hate instant food.
Are we gonna give her cookies and milk?
Oh, then starve.
이 나쁜 채무자.
You filthy cheapskate. The loan shark suddenly lashed out at the debtor. Did she beat the crap out of me? She did! Santa gave me a good whack right on my forehead. 1 minute till reset. She hit me so hard that I blacked out for a second and fell back on my bed.
Violent Santa. Where's Bill Goldberg?
1 minute passed. And I have been reborn.
다행이야.
What a relief. Look what you did. Were you trying to kill me?
판타스틱 데이니까 불가능한 일이 일어날 수도 있어.
I told you it was a fantastic day. You should expect the unexpected on a day like today. Sure, it's a fantastic day, all right. It was a fantastic day for catching me completely off guard. Santa?
왜?
Yeah? Why did you start lending these hopes and dreams to children?
처음엔 팔았어.
I actually sold them at first. You sold them?
응.
Yep. For how much?
절망해.
For all their despair. Despair?
절망을 우리에게 팔면 희망을 준다고 했어.
She's Sephiroth.
I told them that if they sold all of their despair to us, we would fill them with hope. And business was good.
그럭저럭 인기는 많았어.
Somehow, business was actually pretty good. But
그런데 어느 순간부터 이 인간들이 안 팔더라.
at some point, people just stopped selling us their despair.
주고 싶어도 못 준대.
They wanted to let it go, but they just couldn't. Why not?
껴안고 있으면서 안 떼진다고 소리를 질러.
They were holding on to it for dear life, screaming that it wouldn't come off. Ah,
그래서 꿈과 희망을 빌려줬어.
that's why we just started lending them the hopes and dreams. Why didn't you just give the hopes and dreams to them?
빌려주니까 버리더라.
If you give a dream to someone, they just throw it away. Oh,
너도 버렸잖아, 이 채무자야.
you did the same. You deadbeats are all the same. Again, she smacked me on the forehead. She hit me so hard that I almost fell over again. let's just keep going with your story. If you give dreams to people, they just throw them away. That's why you're making it a point that you're just lending them out now.
이자까지 쳐서 엄청 크게 돌려받으려고.
That's right. And with all the interest, I figured that I would make for some great returns.
근데 인간들이 다 파산해버렸어.
But all you humans are flat broke.
돌려줘! 돌려줘!
Give it back! Give me! Sorry, still nothing. Ow! Gotta adjust. Getting uncomfortable. Afternoon left us, and the sun returned to its home. Since we were just sitting here in my room, it wasn't like it made much of a difference anyway. I poured Santa a glass of water. Is there a problem with the water?
루돌프가 울부짖고 있어. 미네랄 따위로 내 식욕을 채울 수 있을까 보냐? 라고 말해.
Rudolph is crying inside. He says, "Do you think that the minerals in this water are enough to satisfy Santa's appetite?" Rudolph. Considering his circumstances, he was being a little picky. Santa,
왜?
what are you going to do now? Since everyone is basically bankrupt, there must be some other way to save you, no?
너도 어서 고민해.
Help me think of something. We sat there in silence for a while, thinking of a plan. I have no idea.
이 사채업자 아이디어도 상당히 참신한 거였는데.
I really thought this whole lending business was a brilliant idea. Aren't you being a little greedy about all of this? The whole with interest thing?
이 채무자! 10년 전엔 분명히 100배, 1000배로 키워서 돌려준다고 새끼손가락 걸고 약속했어. 게다가 네가 손에 침으로 도장도 찍고 손가락으로 사인까지 했잖아.
Didn't mean to cut you off, Santa.
You filthy little cheapskate. 10 years ago, you made me a pinky promise that you'd multiply the help I gave you by 100 or 1,000 times. You even closed the deal with a spit shake. This Santa girl. She must have been holding on to this grudge for a while now.
돌려줘! 돌려줘! 100배, 1000배로 돌려주기를 약속했잖아!
Pay me back. Give it. You made me a promise to pay back my investment 100 or 1,000 times. Sorry, it's all just blown away. I've got nothing. Again, it looked like I'd struck a bad chord somewhere inside Santa.
이제 정말 어쩌지?
Seriously, what am I going to do? Santa was getting really distraught over all this. Santa, a day has already passed. In just a second, Christmas Eve is going to be over. And it's gone. And just like that, Christmas was here. I opened my windows up just a tiny bit and saw that it was snowing outside. Wow, it was finally snowing. It was snowing quite hard, actually. When I open my eyes tomorrow, the whole world could be covered in white, huh? Santa, are we just going to stay up the whole night?
안 돼. 어린이는 일찍 자야 돼.
Nope. Children need an early bedtime. Well, I'm an adult now.
아니야. 내가 교복을 입고 있지만 마음만은 산타인 것처럼 너도 겉으론 어른이지만 마음만은 어린이야.
That's where you're wrong. Just like Santa's just dressed up in this uniform, you're just a little kid dressed up like an adult. Dressed up?
외형은 중요하지 않아. 중요한 건 마음. 마음만은 언제나 산타야. 잘 자.
Appearances aren't important. It's what's inside that counts, and I'll always be Santa inside. Sleep well. Santa lay down and pulled the covers up to her waist. I did the same. We get a visual change for the first time in a bit. Somehow, we managed to use the same covers. Sweet dreams, Santa.
허니 드림, 소년.
May your dreams be as sweet as honey, little boy. Well, her eyes have hearts in them. I just realized that. It's Christmas! December 25th. It was Christmas. The world was white and pure. The murderous sun was hanging in the sky, doing its best to try to change that fact. It was murdering the snow, one snowflake at a time. It's a very grim way to look at the precipitation. Santa?
왜?
Get rid of the sun. Since it's one of your fantastic days, you can manage that, right?
부탁해봐.
Ask it yourself. Hey, Mr. Sun, go home. It's ignoring me.
현실이 다 그래.
That's reality for you. Santa's starting rolling snow into a ball. Santa, what are you up to?
눈사람을 만들어.
I'm making a snowman. Aha. I started rolling up my own little snowball.
Throw it at her, throw it at her, throw it at her.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Gonna get copyright strict.
Roll it up, roll it up. Roll. My little snowball was all done. Said I made a larger snowball for the snowman's body. I put my smaller snowball on top of the larger one. Yay! With a few final touches, the snowman was complete. How's it look? If we just leave him here, the sun's going to murder him too.
그렇네. 하루살이야.
Yeah, you're right. He's got a day to live his life. Just one day.
하루만 반짝하고 생기는 희망.
A day to shine a little beacon of hope.
다음 날이 되면 스르르 녹아버려.
Tomorrow, he will have melted into a little puddle.
반짝할 땐 기쁜데 녹고 나면 잊어버려. 없었던 것처럼
I did it again!
잊어버려.
He'll shine brightly while he's here, but he'll be forgotten once he melts. It'll be like he never existed in the first place.
정말 어떻게 해야 될까?
Seriously, what am I to do? Santa stole a little glance from me. There were only 14 hours left until Christmas was gone. There were only 14 hours left of her fantastic day. Her hope had only 14 hours left to live as well. Once the day was gone, she would also melt away. We had to figure out a way of keeping her around before that happened. How about we keep our little ball of hope in the freezer?
그러면 안 커. 딱딱해지고 굳어지기만 해.
Then the little guy will never be able to grow up. He'll just get hard and freeze up how he is now. What's your idea then? Santa looked depressed.
이제 정말 어쩔 수 없는 걸까?
Is there really nothing to be done? Santa gave me another look.
그냥 줘도 안 되고 팔아도 안 되고 빌려줘도 안 돼. 산타는 힘들어. 빛이 보이지 않아.
I can't give away these hopes. I can't sell them. I can't lend them out. Being Santa is hard. There's not a silver lining to be found. Yeah,
내가 마지막이란 말이야.
I'm the last Santa. Huh?
산타는 멸종당했어. 내가 유일하게 살아남은 산타야.
I told you that Santa was going extinct. I'm the last Santa in existence. Who killed off the rest of them?
너잖아, 이 채무자야!
You did, you filthy debtors! The creditor lashed out at her debtor again.
Dang!
She caught me with a legitimate uppercut to the chin. Ouch! That really hurt.
아파도 싸.
It's nothing compared to what you owe me.
1시간 동안 생각을 해봤는데
I've been thinking for the last hour or so. I hadn't had a single thought that whole last hour. I'd just been rolling up that little ball. Have you come up with any good idea? Or have you come up with a good idea?
썩 좋진 않은 아이디어가 하나 떠올랐어.
I've got an idea, but I'm not sure if it's any good. What is it?
시청 앞에서 파업할까?
How about we go on strike in front of the district office? How about we don't?
왜? 꿈과 희망을 주는 것도 노동이야.
Why? Giving out all these hopes and dreams is a form of manual labor too. No one will understand.
Back inside.
The afternoon made way for the evening. We headed back to my room. Santa, it's already evening. Why does it have to be a uniform that saves you? Can't you just cosplay as something else?
교복을 입은 산타는 영원히 10대야.
If I wear this, I'll be a teenager forever. A teenager?
마음은 산타지만 교복을 입었으니 생긴 것도 10대.
I'll be Santa on the inside, but I'll forever look like a teenager because of this uniform. Uh-huh.
에잇, 너도 교복을 입어.
Why don't you put on a uniform too? What? The next thing I knew, I was wearing my old uniform. This whole situation. How strange. It felt like I was back in high school again.
잘 어울려, 잘 어울려.
It looks good on you. Real good. Santa looked quite pleased with herself.
산타는 힘이 없어. 그래서 조금밖에 해줄 수 없어.
Santa's running out of steam. That's why I can't be of much help. Huh?
그래도 만들어주었으니까 내년까지 1000배로 불려.
Still, I expect a return with 1,000% interest next year. A return of what? Return on what? Your hopes and dreams. When did you give me hopes and dreams?
교복.
They're in the uniform you're wearing. Huh? There were hopes and dreams in this old high school uniform?
원래부터 네 속에 있던 거니까 그냥 꺼냈을 뿐이야. 조금씩 불리면 돼.
I think they were inside of you the whole time. They just needed to be drawn out by something. Just take your time figuring out what they are. It feels like they're all going to melt away and die tomorrow, though. Santa?
어?
I'm sorry.
미안하면 좀 갚아, 이 채무자야!
If you're sorry, then pay up, filthy little deadbeat. The creditor lashed out. Why didn't she hit me this time? She just stared at me with an empty look on her face.
이제 시간이 없어.
We have run out of time. For what?
1시간밖에 남지 않았다고.
There's only 1 hour left. She was right. There was only 1 hour left until the end of Christmas. You think I'll be able to figure out my hopes and dreams in 1 hour? Oops. Santa, I have a favor to ask.
뭐야, 채무자?
What is it, Mr. Debtor? Come back next year.
내년에도?
You want me to come back next year? Yeah, next year.
그걸로 괜찮겠어?
You think you'll be okay with paying back the rest by then? Honestly, I'm not too sure.
으이,
I'm trying my best to call up my hopes and dreams, but I'm afraid that the sun is going to be so strong tomorrow that they'll all melt away. But if that were to happen, I just have to wait patiently for the next fantastic days. Maybe I could take out another loan then.
이 채무자야. 지금 네가 진 빚이 얼마인지 알아?
You filthy little deadbeat. You know how much you already owe me. How much?
7살 때 빌려줘서 이자가 13년 동안이나 쌓여 있어.
I gave you the loan when you were 7 years old, so you've just been accumulating more and more debt for 13 years. So if I were to pay you back, how much would that be?
13명에게 꿈과 희망을 줘야 돼.
You'd need to give hopes and dreams to 13 people to pay off all that. Are you running some sort of pyramid scheme or something?
산타도 먹고 살아야지.
Santa's gotta put food on her table too. What a wicked Santa, asking me to pay back my loan 13-fold.
좋아. 내년에 올게. 그때까지 13명에게 꿈과 희망을 주지 않으면 이자를 쳐서 10배로 늘려버릴 거야.
Good. I'll be back next year. If you haven't given hopes and dreams to 13 people by then, I'm going to call it 130 due to interest. 130 people?
그 다음 해에도 또 와서 할당량을 못 채웠으면 1,300명으로 늘려버릴 거야.
And by the next year, if you haven't filled that quota, it'll go up to 1,300. Wow. The corruption in your enterprise. The corrupt entrepreneur laughed and smiled.
힘내.
Good luck. Yep.
남극과 북극은 녹지 않아.
The North Pole and South Pole will never totally melt. Huh?
처음엔 녹아도 녹지 않을 정도로 많아지고 단단해지면 돼.
If you feel like your resolve is starting to melt, just gather up as much as you can and make yourself stronger. And store it all in my freezer?
그럼 단단해지기만 하고 많아지지가 않잖아.
That'll make it stronger, but it'll be too hard to add more resolve to it. Ah,
힘내.
good luck. Yep.
태양이 또 죽여버리면 내년에 판타스틱 데이에 또 빌려줄게.
If it's all melted by next year, maybe I'll be nice and use some more on the next fantastic days. And increase my quota tenfold?
그렇지.
That's right. Wow. Again with the pyramid scheme, huh?
그래. 수억명쯤 만들어봐.
Yep. Wait till your debt gets up to the hundreds of millions. You're being unfair. That's impossible.
괜찮아. 다단계라면 가능해.
It's fine. A pyramid can reach down that far and just get stronger. My short Christmas was already coming to a close. You'll really be back next year?
응.
Yep. I really have no idea what will happen by then.
나도 몰라.
Neither do I. Still what? I'll be ready and waiting.
약속이야?
Is that a promise? I don't want to make a promise. I'm too scared of breaking it.
채무자 따위가.
Just like a filthy debtor. With a tick of the clock, Christmas was gone. You're not leaving?
마지막으로 한마디.
I just have one more thing to say. What is it?
고마워.
Thank you. Huh? Why?
마지막이었어.
Because you were the last. The last what?
마지막 고객이었어. 네가.
My last customer. You were my last.
다행이야. 일자리를 잃지 않아서.
It's a relief too. I didn't lose my job. Seeing Santa smile like that made me feel somewhat touched.
나 내년까지 130개의 꿈과 희망을 만들 테니까
For me, I've got at least 130 hopes and dreams to make before next year. Yep.
시작은 가볍게 13개. 내년엔 130개를 들고 올게. 그때는 다른 사람도 같이 있어야 될지도 모르겠어.
I'll start easy too, with just 13. But I'll be back next year with 130. Might need someone to help me carry them all by then. Yep.
그 다음 해엔 1,300개. 그 다음 해엔 13,000개. 그 다음 해엔 13만 개.
In the next year, 1,300. Then 13,000. Then 130,000. Wow.
그렇게 되면 공장도 다시 돌릴 수 있어.
If I can manage that, maybe I could get the factory started back again. Santa? What is your dream?
사람들에게 꿈과 희망을 주는 거야.
I just want to give hopes and dreams to others. Of course.
그렇지.
Of course. Good luck.
너도?
You too.
Bye-bye, Santa. She's gone.
Christmas was gone. It was the 26th of December. The fantastic days were at an end. But I still felt that fantasy burning in my heart. Once I stepped out that door, I had no idea if the sun would burn away those fantastic feelings. Still. I had to open that door. If I just let those feelings freeze in here, they'd stick around, but they would never grow. Just needed to last for one more year. I had to last a year and pass these feelings to others in the form of hopes and dreams. I was looking forward to next Christmas already.
Butchering very simple words.
산타는 루돌프를 먹을 수밖에 없어.
And that looks like that's it. So, seems like less of a game and more of just a quick story to play through. Didn't really have anything to choose. Oh well. Guess it's not really that big of a deal. Hey, that was kind of cute. I wasn't sure exactly because, like, I am a little bit confused though by the idea that she was the last Santa. But I guess the way the story goes is that because he wanted to see her again, which gives him a reason to look forward to next year, which means that she will get to continue to be. She won't lose her job after all. If I'm reading the story correctly. But hey, you know, it was a nice little thing for being short and free. It wasn't that long. Not the most in-depth thing, but it was pretty funny though. Some of the dialogue is really funny. Kind of disturbing, but it's funny. But hey, what did you guys think? Did you like it? Not much of a game, really, but there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little Christmas story about dear old Santa deciding to becoming anime girl. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Leave a comment if you would. You could support the channel on Ko-fi. And watch all my other videos if you would be so kind. And Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you're celebrating this time of year. And until next time, we'll see you later.